What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Sista Gurl on Films, and I'm coming back with another movie review. So today I will be reviewing 21 Bridges, starring Chadwick Boseman, Stephen James, and Sienna Miller. I don't know why I want to call her Sierra. Sienna Miller. That is an action crime drama about a New York City detective who is on the manhunt of two alleged police killers. So if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on this somewhat controversial movie, stay right there. We're going to get right into this review. So enough of all that. Let's go ahead and get right to it. Let's go. Bridges stars Chadwick Boseman, who plays Andre, who is a New York City detective who is the best at his job, and he's really passionate about his job and most importantly trying to stop cop killers, because as a little boy his father was killed by three guys. So he kind of made it his life's mission as a New York police officer and eventually detective to really stop people who want to kill cops. And so he's kind of controversial on the force because in his, I believe, 9-year career he's killed 8 people. And so he was kind of on a review board for internal affairs, and they're trying to figure out, well, were these shootings necessary? Were there other actions that he could have taken? So he caught a lot of heat about that. So on the same day that he has this interview with the internal affairs, that night there is what seems to be a botched robbery that happens. And one of the assailants is Michael, who's played by Stephen James, and 8 cops are killed. So of course, NYPD goes crazy and they're trying to get these guys. And so of course they're going to call Andre, who is the best detective on the force, to help capture these criminals. So his plan is, as you may guess, is to close down all the bridges leading out and into Manhattan, and every single mode of transportation, to the boats, trains, planes, automobiles, taxis, Ubers, Lyfts, snails, trails, wagons, all of them. And you ain't leaving the island. So they have until 5 a.m. to capture these 2 guys. And in the midst of that, there's some other little things that happen that really kind of make you question who's really the bad guy and who's really the good guy. So 21 Bridges, as I said, is somewhat controversial. A lot of people have kind of strayed away from it just because it touches on a heavy topic of police shootings and possible corruption in police forces and things like that. And I think it's put a lot of audiences off, and the movie has not done as well as I'm sure they have hoped. I do believe that the release date was pushed back at least once or twice. So that raised an eyebrow for me initially. So I was very hesitant about checking out this movie just because the topic of just police and police shootings and things like that are just very sensitive topics, and they make me really uncomfortable a lot of the time. I just wasn't really feeling seeing a brother play a police detective that's trying to hunt down another brother. It was just too much for me. But I'm actually happy to say that I actually really enjoyed 21 Bridges, y'all. It was refreshing to see Chadwick Boseman play a character that was not a notable Black American legend or a fighter from Wakanda. I'm not mad at that. So I think that he did a very good job, and I look forward to seeing him in other roles that are just based on just purely fictional characters. That's not T'Challa, honestly. My favorite performance in this had to be Stephen James. If you're not familiar with him, he starred in If Beale Street Could Talk and in Race, which was the Jesse Owens story, which I loved that movie. Like, I really enjoyed it. And his portrayal of Jesse Owens to me was phenomenal. And he just gave me a great performance in this film. He just made you really just want to root for his character. And that was one of the things that I enjoyed about this movie, is that the people that you thought that you would root for, you kind of didn't. And the people that you thought maybe would be the villains, you were rooting for. So that by itself just left me really intrigued. And the overall plot of the movie is pretty much textbook and very predictable. So the plot alone didn't keep me, but I was just so invested in Michael as a character that I just had to stay engaged with him and just to see what happened with his character. So the performances in this film were probably the best part about it. To me, what I didn't like about the movie, again, like I said, the plot is very predictable. So you can pretty much guess, you know, where everything was leading. You can guess all of the twists and all that, because it was very much, as I like to say, color by numbers in terms of a plot. So that was probably like the worst part of it. I would have liked it there had been like maybe even a more sinister twist to it. But all in all, you know, I think it was your basic run-of-the-mill cop action drama. And for that, I will give 21 Bridges the rating of why the hell not. You know, it's the holiday season, it's Thanksgiving. People like to go to the movies on Thanksgiving. And I would say, you know, there's not like a whole lot of blockbusters or anything coming out right now. And if you just want to have a good time in the movie theater, I would definitely say go check out 21 Bridges. On Rotten Tomatoes, it had a 48% approval rating by critics, but a 90% by audiences. So if that tells you anything, to me that just means that technically and storyline, it was pretty average, but it is a fun movie and it kept me intrigued and interested the whole time. Now, one of the things I will say about this movie, and this is just a personal gripe that's pretty much about any movie set in New York except for Sex and the City and Home Alone 2. Somebody from the New York City Board of Tourism needs to talk to these movie studios and tell them to stop making New York seem so damn scary. Like, I literally have not visited New York City because I was concerned for my safety through the big screen. Like, this movie made me nervous about going to Manhattan. Manhattan! Lord! So I'm just saying, if you or somebody you love lives in New York, tell them to write to their tourism board and demand New York City is shown in a better light. Because damn it, it's terrifying. So that's all I have to say about 21 Bridges. And if you plan to go check out this movie, let me know in the comments below. If you don't want to check it out, let me know why. You know, why are you hesitant to go check it out? I know there's a lot of, like I said, political stuff, and you know, people are reading way deeper into it because we definitely had cop dramas in the past for sure, like for decades at this point. So I don't know what the big deal is now. Well, I kind of do, but it's a movie. What can you do? So let me know if you plan to go check this movie out. And as always, like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna see y'all next time for something else. Thank you so much for your support, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Holla!